Hello everybody, this is Russ Bucher from ControlMyNikon, and welcome to the Capturing Images video tutorial. Let's take a look at how you can capture images using ControlMyNikon. Now currently, I'm connected to a D7000, and the simplest way to capture an image is just click on the shoot button up here. And it shoots, and you look in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see the image being transferred, and this text you see here is the current profile that's loaded. I'm going to try one more. You'll see the status bar as the image is captured and brought back to your camera. Now your image is just captured by your camera and transferred to your computer. It does not store it on your memory card unless you go to the Tools menu, and if you have a D7000 or a D5100 or a D700, you can put a check mark here, and that will save a copy of the image on your memory card in your camera and transfer it to the computer. Now if we go AF and shoot, it's going to attempt to focus first and then shoot. And we also have AF only. It's just going to try to autofocus, and then once it's focused or the focus fails, it will come back. Settings you see here control what kind of format is being used for your captured image. So here I have it set to JPEG fine, but you could change that. Size, color space if it's JPEG, any raw compression if your camera supports that, or the raw bits. And the images are going to be stored in these locations with this name. And there's a video tutorial called Using Files and Folders, which explains how to set up your folders and configure the file naming tokens with a lot of flexibility, control how your files are named. In addition to pressing these buttons here, you can also go to keyboard shortcuts and set up some keyboard shortcuts to capture images. So here, let's say I wanted F6 to shoot and F7 to AF and shoot. Now I'm just going to press F6 on my keyboard, and you can see it captures an image. F7 is going to focus first, then capture. If you press one of the shoot buttons, but it remains grayed out and doesn't re-enable again, check out our focusing video tutorial where it talks about the different focusing modes that needs to be set within your camera. Now you can also use remotes. You could trigger the capture of an image through a web trigger, and this is basically using a web page, whether it's on a computer browser or on a web browser on a smartphone or a tablet. You can use that to trigger the shutter and capture an image in ControlMyNikon. You can use a sound trigger where a loud noise might trigger the microphone. You can use a speech trigger where the spoken word or a phrase will cause the shutter to trigger. You can use fidgets, which are robotic sensors, so you could trigger the shutter based on sound or humidity or temperature or vibration. You can also trigger the shutter based on a bracketing sequence. You may use this for HDR, or an intervalometer. You can capture a set of images over time. You can even use a PowerPoint remote. These are very inexpensive remotes that you can use for your PowerPoint presentations. A lot of people have them there, and you can just press the buttons on these remotes, wired or not, and capture an image using ControlMyNikon connected to your camera. If you have ControlMyNikon running, you can also just press the shutter release button on your camera, and that will also capture an image. So there you go, lots of different ways to capture an image in ControlMyNikon. Happy tethering.